Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Massive win for Manchester United at the City Ground. 2-0 on the day thanks to goals from Anthony and Diogo Dalot as well. Anthony getting an assist to probably, in most eyes, make him man of the match. But Bruno Fernandes was my man of the match, and he was absolutely fantastic today for Manchester United. We're going to miss him so much on Thursday out in Seville. But today, that was the performance that we needed from him. That was the performance we needed from the team. Especially when you looked at Thursday, it was pretty disastrous in that second half. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. United lose Bruno Fernandes through suspension in the next game. Varane goes off injured. Lisandro Martinez's season is over. And we squandered that 2-goal lead. And going into this game, you're thinking, a bad result against Nottingham Forest, it could put our top 4 spot in danger. But thankfully, following some poor results for the likes of Tottenham, who lost at home against Bournemouth, and of course, for the likes of Newcastle as well, who lost at Villa Park 3-0 against Villa, getting this win today was absolutely vital. It puts more points between us and those teams. We're now 3 points clear of Newcastle, who are in 4th. But we're also, I think, 6 points clear of Spurs, with 2 games in hand on them, and they're in 5th. So Manchester United have now stretched a gap of 6 points with a game in hand to 5th spot, and top 4 looks all but certain. We've still got a little bit of a job to do. We still do, of course, play Tottenham, but next weekend when United are in FA Cup action against Brighton, Newcastle and Tottenham are playing each other, and fingers crossed that's a draw, and we can, potentially stretch our points gap on those 2 teams yet again. But today, the game at the City Ground, for Manchester United, we were without Rashford, we were without Martinez, we were without Varane, we were without Luke Shaw, we were without some key players for Manchester United, and we still managed to get through it. I thought in the first half, the front 3, I thought were very good. I thought Anthony Martial was involved in pretty much everything good for Manchester United, holding the ball up, linking play. He obviously had a huge part in the goal as well. Probably should have scored himself, drew the save from the goalkeeper after he had won the ball back off the defender, given the ball to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes found a fantastic pass through to Anthony Martial. He got his shot away, the keeper saved it. Navas was excellent for them today. Made so many saves, and another day it's 3-4-5, 6-0 to Manchester United. But anyway, Martial gets back on the end of that Bruno Fernandes pass, gets the shot away, good save by the keeper. But Anthony's there following it in to get his first goal since we played Everton last year, when I think in the league, obviously he's scored in the cup since then, but his first goal since we played Everton, and Ronaldo was playing and all that. Remember that? So it's been a while for him to get another goal in the league, and it was a massively important goal for him out there today. In the first half, Harry Maguire picked up a booking, and I was a little bit worried that would become a problem for him, because Awoniyi, their striker, was looking like he was a bit of a handful, but thankfully that didn't become an issue for him. And in the second half, I thought Maguire, I thought Lindelof, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka all did really well. Yes, there were a few moments when maybe Nottingham Forest could have done better, but generally speaking, we were fantastic. Anthony Martial brings such a difference to the team when he starts up front as well. He had to go off on 72 minutes. Now, just before he went off, he should have scored. He had a sitter that he should have scored from with his head. He's gone near post. He probably should have gone far post. But in general, and I think that sharpness will come when he gets more minutes under his belt, he was fantastic, pressing, closing down from the front, winning tackles as we saw for the goal for Anthony, but also holding the ball up. His link-up play, bringing others into play is so good. I thought Jadon Sancho today had a very good game as well. In the chat on Stretford Paddock Live, some people were criticising him, and I don't know what you want from him. Jadon Sancho's never been the quickest player. He's never going to burn anyone for pace, but what he's got is quick feet, trickery, some very smart passing ability, brings others into play. And I thought today he looked good. It helps him that he had a fullback on his side that he understands and knows. We remember Diogo Dalot and Jadon Sancho doing it down the right-hand side on the pre-season tour. And they were back on that left-hand side today. And I thought, Jadon Sancho, there's plenty more to come from him. And he had an opportunity that he should have scored from. And there are those moments where he puts his foot on his ball on the ball instead of maybe putting his foot through it. But if you take away that composure, that calmness from his game, you lose what's great about him as a player. I thought he did all right today, Jadon Sancho. Got 90 minutes under his belt as well. That will be huge for him. We usually see him hooked off and substituted. Anthony Martial went off for Weghorst on 70-odd minutes. Weghorst again showing why we really need to keep Anthony Martial fit. But thankfully, we did get a goal just after he come on to wrap the game up and wrap the 3 points up. Anthony involved again. Excellent stuff from him, a goal and an assist for him today. And it was a fantastic run. He had about 4 or 5 Nottingham Forest players running after him, trying to get back at him. And he found the pass, which was sublime, to Diogo Dalot, who took the touch and got the finish away in great fashion. So all in all, delighted for Manchester United today. Great win, 3 points. We get ourselves looking comfortable in that top 3 again, in that top 4 position where we need to be making sure Champions League football is coming back. It also means, you know, we can go into those games in the cup a little bit more seriously. We don't have to worry about our league spots, which is good, of course. We still need to win games. There's still a long way to go and still anything can happen. But today and this weekend, Newcastle losing, Spurs losing, them two playing each other next week, and United getting that win, absolutely massive. Another clean sheet as well, which helps boost our goal difference, which, I mean, you know, we're still 15 off Newcastle's goal difference, and we're still a fair bit, but I think we've bettered Spurs' goal difference, which is important as well. After that 7-0 defeat against Liverpool, you were worried about your goal difference, but thankfully we've managed to sort that out a little bit as well. So all in all, a great day for Manchester United, a good away day for the boys. We get 3 huge points, and fingers crossed we can carry this on into the week. Still worried about going to Sevilla without Bruno Fernandes, who was excellent today, our man of the match. But that defence should have a little bit more confidence from it. Victor Lindelof looked good today as well. I know Forest didn't test us that much, and Sevilla will test us a little bit more. But I thought all in all we looked good today, and fingers crossed, carry that into the campaign, carry that into the end of the campaign, and carry that into the end of the week. Hopefully we can do something, but those games will be difficult, man. That Sevilla game, I'm worried about it, but I'm more worried about the Brighton game a couple of days later. That's going to be really difficult, but this is what we want, and this next week will make or break United's season in terms of whether we're going to have a few more trophies. We could be at the end of this week with an FA Cup final and a Europa League semi-final to look forward to, whilst being comfortably in that top 4, which would be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're keeping it like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Let us know how you feel after that win today and after those defeats for Spurs and Newcastle as well. Huge weekend for United. Anyway, I've been AdamMcKola. See you in a bit.